tied to the owner. Can the owner read? Yes. Now, am I the owner right now? Am I root right now? Let's take a look at this. ID. I am not root. Am I part of the root group? I am not part of the root group. How do you know? How do you know what my groups are as a regular user? So the command is groups. There you go. If I type the groups command, groups are groups, no such user. So you type the groups command, it will show you all of the groups I am part of. A user can be part of as many groups as he wants. All right, now, so let's take a look at the permissions for this guy over here. The group permissions, the group can read only. And then the other can also read. So everyone has read permissions. Everyone has read permissions. If you don't understand this, it's perfectly fine. We will come back to this today at some point. So now I can read it. If I can read it, that means I can copy it. Yeah. If I can read it, that means I can copy it. So go ahead and copy this file, etc password, into your home directory. Second file they want you to copy is the etc group in your home directory. The third file they want you to copy is the etc hostess file. Okay. Can you please go in details why it's in that format and different permissions? I will talk about it down the road, maybe today if time permits, because I have permission topic on my to-do list as well. I want to make sure that you guys are all, when you're done, say done, done. So when you're done with the task, say done or done. Whatever works for you. Done is better too. Okay. So all three of these files are copied. Type ls-al or just ls. cd proj. Let me copy mine too. By the way, you are supposed to copy into the proj-thursday cp/etc password into my current directory. cd, I'm using the arrow up key to bring it from the memory, etc/password, etc/group. See how I'm using the tab key, group, in my current directory, and then cp hostess in my current directory. Pay attention what it says over here for the second one. It says copy file etc group in this directory with preserving the timestamp as well as the ownership. What does that mean? The timestamp. You know what? For now, just ignore that. Ignore that part. But if you want it to be cp-p to preserve the timestamp on the ownership /etc/group in my current directory, because I am in the current directory, ls. I got 3 files that he wanted me to copy. Everybody with me so far? 30 minutes into this class, and I want to see how many of you are with me so far. Beautifly. Okay. Why you're not with me? The gentleman with the C name. Why you're not with me so far? What's the issue? Beauty fly and ugly fly, but I'm following with you. Okay, some of you are new over here. Obviously, you're going to have an ugly fly because you didn't have time to practice. No such file or directory. When you're copying, you're saying no such file or directory. Well, it's a simple thing. ls-l/etc/password. Does the file exist? Take a look at this. File exists. If I said over here, for some reason, if I said /pass and I forgot to type the D, does the file exist? No. File exists with this name. Anything other than that, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, Linux is like your new girlfriend. This is for guys only. You think you got it figured out, but every time you turn around, you see a different face.
Applies to wives as well.
100%. And this is where you're going to get blamed that, you're anti-woman. But honestly speaking, I tell you, if you don't practice, you're not going to get it. Okay? If you're a new student, I can sympathize with you. Says not a directory. I don't know what you're trying to do over here. Therefore, you need to come. A good one over here. The one of the female perspective just came and says, for girls, it's like a mother-in-law. That's a good one. That's a good comeback. Okay. Honestly speaking, Linux is like a girlfriend for a guy, and I don't want to say wife, but yeah, you know the meaning. And for a female, like a mother-in-law, every time you turn around, there's a different color. You think you got it all figured out, but no, it has different colors. I like that mother-in-law. Okay, good one. Now, let's continue. Yo, folks, take it easy, okay? Please don't take it to your heart. And if your mother-in-law is listening to this, my apologies to her, okay? You should not be taking my class without the headphones. You're gonna get in trouble. She's gonna tell you to drop out, okay? So I know. Good one, though, good one. Now, let's go ahead and send the first 15 lines of the Etsy password file to the user account. User dash accounts. So the user dash accounts does not exist, but you just copied. Oh, instead of saying Etsy password, I am going to say now this one slash proj dash thurs slash password and send it over there. And then the second one is the at the here slash proj dash thurs dash group. Yeah, put the slash over here. You got it. You got it. Thank you for correcting me. Now let me know when you're done over here. You want to run? Are you good? Okay. So let me see. I got all of these files copied over here. This guy wants me to create a new file called users-accounts. One way is I can create a new file, users-account, by typing the touch command. Is that the right approach? Then I will have a 0-byte file. But no, he wants to send the first 15 lines of this file into the new files. How do we read the first 15 lines? First of all, let's understand the first 15 line head dash 15 on this file, which is password in my current directory. when I read this, this is what I get. I get these lines over here. Okay. So then he wants me to redirect this into users dash accounts. User dash accounts. Yeah. No problem. Let's do this. Find and pwd ls user dash accounts. Folks, see how ls dash lt, what does the T stand for over here? The T is for the timestamp, meaning the file which is most recently updated shows up at the top. The file most recently updated shows up at the top. That's the T stands for the timestamp, the flag T. Good. You got that. The second thing he wants you to do is the last 50 lines of the group file to the user accounts. Yes, the LTR will show you the opposite.
Reverse.
Yeah, the LTR will show you the opposite. Great job, Haris. LTR will basically show you the reverse. The last update, the latest updated file will be in the reverse order, will be at the bottom. Okay. So now, wait, sir, didn't you make user account in proj directory, but it says to make it in home directory? Oh, you're right. Oh, you're right, actually. You're absolutely right. You got me on that one. He said to create it in your home directory. So now that I made a mistake over here, how do I fix this mistake? I can take this file and I can put it into tilde. I can move it. Did you see that? Did you guys see that? I have 99 students. About 80 of them are busy watching their phones. About 10 of them are paying attention to me and they're thinking to themselves, what the hell they got themselves into? And well, that's how life is. Okay. I want to go back to my home directory. Oh, the tail dash 50, that would be interesting. We will see that. CD. Okay. I got that user accounts over here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my directory. See how I did CD dash? Go to my previous directory. See that? Now I'm going to say, let me read this file more. By the way, I'm going to give you a new command over here. The command is wc word count. Word count, WC stands for word count, dash L, the number of lines in the file. Hey, word count command, go ahead and show me the number of lines in the password file. So password file has 563 lines. If I wanted to see how many words are in the password file, I will type the WC dash W. 613 words. Words.
Yeah.
Words. Yes. Number of characters. Dash C. Okay. So we got 563 lines, 613 words, and 637 characters. Now, I want to go ahead and count the number of lines in my user accounts file, which is in my home directory, which is similar to word count on Google Docs. Absolutely. Great. You see how I got 15 lines because he wanted to copy the 15 lines. LS. The cold water doesn't work for me.
No. Don't want to.
It's okay. All right. Now we're on to the second part. Send the last 50 lines of the group file into the user accounts. Let's take a look at it. pwdls. This is the group file. Tail is the command to read the last lines. He said 50 lines, space. Then the file that I'm reading, from where, single redirection sign, tilde in my home directory slash user dash accounts. The question is, did he want me to overwrite or did he want me to append to that? Yes, override. It's going to override. So let's do the appending part. Let's do append. Let's be smart over here. Let's do the append. I want to take a second over here to explain you what is this command going to do for you. Now take a look at this over here. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a file over here group. This file has how many lines it has? Maybe God knows 613 lines. He wants the last 15 lines. These last 50 lines, extract them and send them into this file called user dash accounts, which is in my home directory. So when I use the tail command, it will start from the end of the file and read 50 lines. We'll read 50 lines, extract them from this file, which is over here again, from this file. And then this will redirect to this file. Okay. Now let's go ahead and execute this command. Tail dash 50, any number of lines you want, group into this. Okay. If I wanted to check the number of lines in this file now, what command would I use again to check the number of lines? wc-l. Very good. User dash accounts. Remember how we had 15 and then we have 65 now. Beautifly. Let's read this file. Cat. I want you guys to start using your absolute path. So you don't have to cd into that directory to get to this. Got it over here. Nasser Bhai is going to take over from here, and he's going to continue to build this. Okay, give me just 1 second over here. So nobody dictates her what to do, regardless of the relationship, you know, husband, brother, father, whatever. And that's what I want for all of you guys. be financially independent, but little humor here and there is
Right.
much needed.
Cool.
Let's continue, please.
By the way, I'm not that sarcastic and,
When it comes to women,
no, no, just in
you
general.
just want to show people that you're a nice guy.
I think,
You know.
well, I want people to remember to be a nice guy.
Yeah. You want to move this chat over there?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, great. Awesome.
I'm gonna move over there a little bit
Yeah, sure.
so I can see the comments and I can continue working with you. If you
Yep.
don't mind?
Yeah, please. Okay. All right, folks. I hope you guys are able to hear me fine. Oh, sorry. 1 second. No.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
Okay, you got it. Go ahead.
yeah, it's just a little reorg that we are having.
All right.
So, all right, with that reorg, I think it helps us, situate in a proper places.
You good?
Yep.
You're not too close to you, right? I'm not harassing you or anything, right?
No.
Okay.
Thank you
Yeah.
for that disclaimer.
Hey, I gotta be careful in this country, bro.
All right. I was actually having this conversation with my daughter today,
Hmm.
but I'm glad. Thank you for enabling us and helping us think out of the box. Parents usually don't have these kind of conversations with their kids, but
You gotta have that.
thank you for enabling me. All right, folks, let's get back to the work. All right. So next thing we did was we completed, the step. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th step. Right. Now let's do the VI part. This is the fun part, folks. VI, it's really, really fun. And this is the standardized way of editing files in Linux. We all know that, right? So, of course, you have learned to use echo and then manipulate that. Let's just say you have a word and you want to redirect that. We're using single greater than sign, double greater than signs. And we know that if you have single greater than sign, that means it's going to override, it's going to delete what was there and add the new stuff there. So this is a very dangerous approach. I usually prefer using two greater than signs. In case there's any addition, you can always, delete and add or delete whatever. Now, but this is again temporary way of editing files. So the primary way is through VI, or you could use VIM, by the way. But VI is the standard way. So
right now we have what's that? They have everybody can you ask everybody to run the WC and show the number of lines in that file?
yeah, so if you do WC, and by the way, if you just simply do WC, it gives you all of that within one single. So let's say you run it against pass WD command. So it is showing you all that. So the number of lines.
No, that's number of
words, I think.
Number of words.
So you could do if WC.
No, actually number of lines.
W.
Then number of words, then number of characters.
Yeah. So you see all those three categories, they are reflect. You can use different flags with them.
No, just do the same on the same file because they're getting confused.
Oh,
do it on the new file that you create, user dash accounts. And somebody wanted you to do the last two commands, please.
The last two commands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure that we take everybody with us.
Of course. So I am here inside of proj-Thursday folder.
Yeah.
Where did I create the file? Inside of my home directory. So this is the path to my home directory, right? This is what tilde is. If I just wanted to go back from here or to a folder above, what would be the command there, folks? If I just wanted to go up a folder, single folder, CD. CD, of course, would take me to my home directory, but dot. And pay attention to my command prompt right here. Right now, it shows me I am in proj-Thursday, but CD dot, if you hit enter. Now it's switched to tilde, so that tilde reflects /home/sn. Okay. And if I list what I have here, and here is that user-account file. All right. So let's take a look at the number of lines it has. WC word count. List me the number of lines from within this file, user-account. I will hit enter. So we have 65 lines. Okay. But what if I just did WC and user-account? Okay, it's giving me all that. Number of lines, number of words, and what are the number of characters that it has inside. Okay, so if you just plainly use WC, then obviously it gives you all that information. But by the way, WC has many more options. But I want you guys to tell me what is the command if I needed to find out what this command actually does. What are some of the options? How would I be able to see what it can do? What more functionality or what other options or flags this command offers? Man, that's right. Man command is your best friend, folks. It is the most important. Uh, Now, it reminds me of one of the anecdotes. I was actually interviewing for one company, and they gave me a bunch of scripts to answer to, and they had a bunch of commands listed in there that I was not familiar with, and I just wanted to find out. So what I did was I quit it out of the script and I just manned that command. It showed me all the options. I'm like, oh, okay, this is what it means. And wallahi, DuPont. So when I even though I answered this, I couldn't answer all of their questions, but maybe about say 50% of them, they sent me an offer. They said because this guy knows how to find answers, he knows how to find his way around the system. I think he's worthy a shot. So they gave me an offer. Of course, I didn't pursue that, but man command is definitely a very powerful command. So please keep that in your tool belt. Okay. So we got the command WC, right? Everybody understands word count command. That is, I think everybody understands that. Now we're gonna move on to VI. Okay. Somebody has a hand up.
Yeah, I think it's Christopher. If you go to
Chris,
you have your question? Go ahead, allow him to talk, and then Hina also has a question.
Yes, go ahead, Chris.
Just a quick thing. A lot of these commands, right?
Yeah.
Are they like cataloged whereby we have access to them that we can, or just from memory that you have to know these things? In the learning stage, obviously, I'm talking.
Right now, we are covering just the stuff that is obviously going to help you navigate the system. But then there will come the time when you will need to modify permissions. Then there will be time to modify users.
So I guess I understand, Chris, your question is if there is a place where you can go look at all of these commands and reference back to, right?
Yes, in general, just like in general.
All of these commands are found under the /bin directory. CD /bin.
Can you write that down, please?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm writing it down.
Yeah, but honestly speaking, this is not the way you're gonna do it. You're gonna go to /bin and look for the command and then execute it. No, because /bin is loaded with all the commands. You're gonna be lost in there if you go into the /bin. What are you gonna see over here? So you just really need to put this into your brain. And
honestly,
how you're gonna do this is if you practice again and again. This will become part of your memory if you practice, okay?
Yeah, it's not a cheat code I was looking for. I guess.
The cheat code is given to you in the PowerPoint.
Oh, no. I'm saying it's not a cheat code I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I guess it is that because myself, along with other persons who started late, so it's like when you did the original stuff and you requested this, I'm trying to do it on my own, and some things work and some things just don't work. So I'm like,
now you have to be taught these commands, and then once you do enough practice, they will be on your fingertips.
Yeah. And thank you guys. I have to commend you guys that because I'm lost, but I'm intrigued at the same time. So I have to commend the suggestion for the in terms of the WhatsApp group, in terms of the daily classes. Thank you.
Thank you for that kind words, and we will definitely have a session for you guys starting from tomorrow 9 to 11 every day for like 1 week or 2 weeks, so we can bring you up to speed. So there's going to be in parallel for those of you who just joined, right?
Thank you.
We don't want to leave you alone. Remember, we apply the no child left behind policy here, but it doesn't mean that the child is going to stand there like a stubborn kid It's not
Oh,
gonna.
no. I know,
We're not
yeah,
talking to
you
you. We're not
God
talking.
help those who help themselves. We know that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we have that.
So yeah, if you guys, anybody that needs help, that need to review their topics, I really want to focus on those kids who joined late.
Yeah, because like the labs and stuff,
Okay.
this is not the time or place. Thank you. You answered the
No
question.
problem, no problem. Somebody is saying my terminal is freezing up and it exits me out and sometimes will not let me type. Are you guys also feeling the same type of behavior from the terminal? If that's the behavior, maybe hold on a second. Check your load average real quick, Nasser. See what the load average is on the server right now. Ooh, look at that. The load average is 2.2 right now. Let's see how many users are logged in. 94. By the way, the server is sold out today. It's beautiful. We got 99 people over here and 94 people are on the server right now. Okay, now the question is, how many CPUs I have in my server? LS CPU. I have 32 CPUs. And if the load is 2.12, do I really need to worry? No, I got 30 CPUs sitting idle, not doing anything. That's a one indicator. Second indicator, I need to check if my server is slow. I need to run the free-h command. Look at this. How much RAM is being total RAM? 30 gigabyte. How much is free right now? 21 gig is free, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty much 25 gig is available for me. So no, there's nothing wrong with that. Server is perfectly fine. It could be that you have a problem on your network. If your network is lagging, if your network is slow, every time it drops a packet, it's going to kick you out of the server. Do you understand that part? So it could be your network is slow because one of you or two of you are on the Zoom. Therefore, you're going to have a problem.
Okay, folks. So now let's go ahead and create let's edit the file, right? So let's just say we have this file that we created user-accounts.
I'm sorry.
No worries. And let's go ahead and use the VI to edit that file. So with that, let's go ahead, everybody, use the VI. By the way, Vim is there too, but VI is the standard way, okay? So we'll say VI, and then of course the file name, which is user. By the way, I'm so used to using tab so frequently that it may seem like I'm typing it fast, but I use tab, folks. A lot of shortcuts, folks, in Linux. They make your life very easy. Tab, and it should autocomplete, okay? So when we hit VI, and when I hit enter, what is the default mode that this VI editor is in? What is the default mode without doing anything? It's in the escape mode. Very good, very good. And after that, if I wanted to write something, what mode should I go into then? I will do insert mode hyphen. I would simply do I, and of course that is reflected at the bottom that currently I'm in insert mode. But if I wanted to get out, which mode do I go back into? Escape mode. Hit escape key. And now I need to using the command mode. I will get out. So shift : Q to quit. I will hit enter. I'm outside. If you don't know how to, open up a VI editor, how to edit files, and if you don't know how to exit, this is going to be this is going to be the most traumatic experience that you're going to have. So you got to know these exact steps, okay? So VI, the name of the file, user, and I'm going to use tab, which auto completes it. And here, I am going to go ahead and right now I'm in escape mode, as you guys know. If I would decide to write something to it, I will use -I to go into insert mode. And by the way, no mouse here. This is not Windows, so you're gonna have to use your good, arrows, up and down, left and right arrows. You're gonna have to use that. Okay. So now, if I want to get out of this editor, how do I get? What's the mode that I would go back to? Which mode do I need to go back to? Escape. And then To get out, I need to get into the command mode. So how do I get into the command mode? Shift colon and Q. And I'm out. Okay. So that Shift colon Q or WQ is your command mode. Okay. That's what WQ, that is your command mode. All right. Now let's go ahead and go into the editor and make some changes. So it says, let's edit this file. Now let's rename the file user-account. Okay, that's another step. But let's go ahead and edit vi user-accounts. Now, let's go ahead and change this root to, let's say, boot. If I wanted to do that, I could simply say back, delete that, and B to boot. Okay. And another cool thing is that so let's just say I am done with making changes. I want to save this now. What do I do? How do I get out of this? Right now, I'm still insert mode. How do I get out of this mode that I'm in currently? Escape mode. Very good. So I will hit escape. I'm going to go ahead and go into command mode using Shift Q. And then I'm going to hit W to write. So if I type W, teach going to the last line. Oh, that's right. That's a cool thing too. We'll go over that. So if I want to save and quit, I will say W, write. By the way, when I simply type W right here, will it let me quit the editor, or it will only save the changes that I have made? Only save the changes. It's not going to let me quit. But if I did this QW, is this going to save the changes that I've made? No, it's not, because I am quitting before writing, before saving. So you got to maintain the order. W, Q. Okay. And I'm going to hit enter. Enter. Now, let's go back to the editor, VI, and then the name of the file. And if I want to go to all the way at the bottom, folks, let's just say I am on the top of the line right here. If I want to go to the last line, the command is, or you should press the shortcut key, is called Shift G. G for ground. Okay. Shift G. And by the way, when I pressed Shift G, did it change my mode? Did I go into insert mode or any other mode? No, it didn't. I am still in which mode? Escape mode. So if I want to go all the way on the top, I will use GG. Press it twice, and it's going to take you to the top of the file. If you want to go at the bottom, Shift G. Okay. You want to go all the way on the top, GG. You know, just like how, you say GG in Desi culture. G basically is like, when you're obedient. Somebody calls you, you are obedient, you're nice, so you have to say GG. Okay, so that's why you go on the top. You're on the top of their priority because you are nice and you're obedient and you're listening to their commands. As soon as you stop saying GG, you become a naughty list, and they send you all the way at the bottom. So Shift G is going to take you all the way at the ground. Okay, all right. So Shift G to go all the way at the bottom. Good game. Yeah. And if you want to go all the way on the top, GG. All right. So that is that. Now, we understand that going to insert mode. We understand that, now one thing, a very easy key that I would like to show you is so right now, if you observe, if my cursor right now, it is on the first line. If I go all the way at the last line, Shift G, and if I wanted to, let's say, delete this line, right? I would have to go insert mode and, go all the way at the end and then backspace and then delete. But that is fine. That is okay. It's not feasible when you really need to do things quickly. Okay. By the way, I just backspaced and deleted that stuff. Okay. If I save this information right here, for instance, if I go into escape mode, if I wanted to undo that, right? Okay. Control R to, undo. And what is that? Yeah. If you want to delete it, simply DD. DD to delete.
Yeah.
To undo, control, what is that? Control R.
Control U.
Control U. Yeah, control R to
You're teaching too much fancy stuff.
oh, okay, we're gonna keep it at
No need to do that.
okay, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
All right. So DD command, by the way, is if you hit the key DD key, DD, it deletes the file. DD deletes that file. DD deletes that file. DD. So now we want to save this. Escape. Hello?
Okay.
Somebody said something? Sorry.
And also we delete that line
Yeah,
instead of file.
no, delete the line. Yeah, that's what it is. When you hit DD, it deletes the line for you, right? That's it. All right. Are you going to escape? Shift : W to write and Q to quit. All right.
Excuse me,
So
just DD, no shift DD, just DD.
no, just DD.
Just DD.
Yeah, of course.
Just like how for ground it for the 10 to the bottom it was shift G, but to get to the top it was GG.
Yeah,
No
you want to go all the way to the
Okay.
bottom, Shift G. You want to go to the top, GG.
Okay.
All right. So we understand that, basic workings of VI.
Now, how many of you are getting hang of this thing? How many of you are getting comfortable with the VI? Honestly speaking, you're gonna get used to it. It takes time, okay? Not gonna lie to you, it's not easy thing. It's gonna take you some time, but once you get used to it, it's all on your fingertips, okay? You're never gonna need that mouse once again.
Yeah. All right.
It's practice, practice, practice. Okay?
Gotta practice, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'll have difficulty. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's rename the file. User accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we already know that we have this file, username, and user account. Sorry. So the file user accounts to db-user. Okay. So we are going to rename it to db-database.
One of the kid wants to know, how did you do undo in the VI?
Control U.
Control U is to do the undo.
Okay. That is control.
Is there any key to redo the step like undo?
Control R. Control R is the way to redo the step that you've done.
Okay.
Okay. So control plus R equals redo. Okay. And control plus U equals to undo. Okay.
Yeah, for God's sake, put your phones away. For God's sake, I'm telling you, you cannot pick up this stuff if you got your goddamn phone in your hand and you're learning this. One step you don't understand, it's gonna take you behind.
All right. Okay, folks. So which command will we use to rename a file? So we are renaming user-accounts to db-user. We already know that. There's a command called rename, right? No, there's no command called rename. MB. Okay, very good. So we are moving user-account, which is in my current directory. By the way, again, just type few characters of the file name and hit tab. It should auto-complete that for you. That's why sometimes, people would think, oh, this guy's typing so fast. It's actually the shortcuts.
Yeah.
It's the shortcuts that are giving that impression to you. So, and by the way, when you use these shortcuts, you do impress people in the interviews, when you're sharing screen and people get impressed. So db-user, that's a new name that we're giving to it according to the question that we have here. All right.
No, let me tell you guys, it's very normal in IT and your role as a DevOps engineer. When you go and start working day one, when you're part of the team, somebody will ask you to go ahead and share your screen while you're solving some problem. So you got to be comfortable to share your screen. You got to be comfortable working on the CLI. And therefore, ChatGPT and cheating on the interviews is not going to help you in this domain. It's absolutely not going to help you in this domain. Now, I promise you, there are a few kids in my class that took my class back in, I'm not going to name anybody. They don't have to name themselves too. They took my class back in 2019. They got into the industry. They worked for a year or maybe 3-4 months. They got kicked out back in the class again because they want to learn. They realized, you know what? Cheating on the interview can only get you so far. They're right here back with you guys. I promise you. So you need to pay attention. You need to do hands-on stuff. You cannot put in this much time, then it's not worth it for you. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Why did we use MV? Does using MV and putting it in the same directory with a different name deletes old file and adds it in? No. So we used MV command right here. What we said was, hey, move this file to this into this file. Now the content remains same, just the name changed. Okay. We are not actually moving. Okay. By the way, here's the thing. If you did MV, for instance, you have a file here called DB. And if you said MV DB-user, if you move this file
To 10.
and let's just say slash TEMP. So I know there is no directory called slash TEMP. I know there is slash TMP. So if I did this TEMP, what do you think is going to happen now in this case? It's going to rename this file. It's going to move it under root, but then it's going to rename it to what?
TMP.
Yeah, so you want to be very, very careful because inadvertently, accidentally, you're going to end up making this mistake. So if you did MV DB-user and then you specify something, let's just say you're trying to move it into this proj-Thursday. You say move it into proj-Thursday, and you just simply do proj-thur, and you forgot to put S at the end, and you hit enter. Well, where is the DB-user? Look, it renamed it. So this is a very common mistake that we're gonna end up making. So we have to be, Linux is not forgiving. We have to be very, very precise. Okay, proj-Thursday. I want to rename that back to DB-user. Okay.
So it can literally change the name, and it can also move from one directory to another directory.
Yeah.
If it's in this, you can change the name of the directory, the name of the file or directory. You can also move from one place to another place.
And change the name.
And change the name as well.
Yeah.
But quick question. Quick question. Since you said we're invariably going to do that as new members, right? But we can always go back and check what we can always go back and check like the listing and see what we did. And then move it back to the correct thing.
Of course, you can always do that, but again, practice makes perfect, right? That's how you end up knowing what you did. So just like the mistake that I made here, I intended to move this DB user into project-Thursday directory, but because I did not specify, I simply missed an S at the end, it renamed it. But because, of course, I worked on it extensively, I know what I was doing. I went back, I renamed it, and then I could actually move that file into project-directory. But yes, you're right. You can always, of course, if you look upwards, like from bottom and then you go backwards, this is you tracing back what you did before, right? This is your history, what you were doing. Or if you really wanted to know what you did, you can use the command history. You guys know that, right? You type the history command, and it will tell you exactly what you did. And this is how people at work, they can actually find out what you have been doing, what commands you have been executing. And nothing is hidden in IT. If you made a mistake, gotta be clean. You gotta come clean. Don't try to put, dirt over it, because everything is being monitored and watched. Okay? Gotta be straightforward, gotta be honest. All right. All right. So the next step. Oh, Adil has a question. What is your question, Adil? Go ahead. Atif, sorry. Atif has a question.
Yes. So, Nasir, I just want to ask you one quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Last time we did a work on a terminal, and you said like we can delete all the like file, and I just find one file Bluetooth, which I was doing the work trying to delete, and you said like the command unjai pher diyo. So I just try to do the like that thing, but I wouldn't be able to delete the Bluetooth. So could you please just show me in a quick look, like if I just want to clean and just start from zero, so how can I delete that Bluetooth file?
Okay, so you have that directory there, right? Bluetooth
Yes.
directory?
Yeah, last time you told us like if you want to
Okay,
delete that.
sure.
So
What you should do is you should basically change the permission. We have this topic coming up. Okay, just execute this command and the Bluetooth. Okay, do this and then
okay.
-r
Yes,
tooth.
see,
Okay, just execute this command.
just a second.
So you're changing the permissions and then you are removing that directory. That's it. We have a section coming up for permissions, folks. Don't worry, okay?
Okay.
Everything's going to make sense, but you execute this command, all right? I'm going to paste this in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
You guys can,
Yeah,
all right?
thank you very much.
You all. Oh, sorry, I was talking on mute, folks. And I'm just going to place a pound sign. By the way, this is in Linux. This pound sign means it's a very special character. Any scripts that you would find pound sign in Linux, any line that has a pound sign before it, system is going to ignore it. It's not going to treat it. It's not going to give it any value. Okay. So if you do command like uptime here, right? It runs. But if you run pound uptime, system's like, okay, what you typed here, it didn't occur to me. What you type? I don't know. So it blinds the system. It cannot read what you said. So any line that has a pound sign, this is also called comment. Okay, comment symbol. So if you ever want to make comments, you put a pound sign before. All right. So we've completed till this step right now. The next step is now let's copy this file, which is db-users to /tmp/users/db-users, changing its name to db-user- for instance, if I'm doing this as Assad, I will do Assad B, or the user that I am. So you guys are going to type, if it's junior, db-user-junior, or if you're doing this as user Adil, you will do db-user-Adil. Okay. So this is where you're going to append your user name.
Your voice is having a little noise.
My voice is having a little noise. Voice is supposed to have a little noise. Right? And then you won't hear that. I'm just kidding. I think maybe, yeah, there was probably
No, I'm just reading the comment somebody said.
okay. It's good, right? All right, good. Awesome. So let's go ahead and copy this file. The command is copy, right? CP. Now by the way, copy command is very powerful. You will come to use this very frequently on daily basis. So copy, and then of course we know how copy works. So you got to have a source, and then you got to have a destination or a target where you want to copy this. All right, I'm just going to place a pound symbol before it and hit enter. Is system going to execute this command when I have a pound symbol before the command or a hash symbol? No, it is just going to ignore it. So whenever you want system to ignore something, you put a hash symbol before it. So CP, and what is the source? The source is db-user. And where do I want to copy this to? I'm copying this to /temp users db users. All right. So /tmp/ By the way, if you type US or just one or two character, hit tab, either it'll complete auto-complete it, or it will show you what are the options, which directories you can select from. So mine is going to be users db users dash my username. So db users dash Assad B. Okay, so this is my file. You guys are going to do yours. Okay, if it's user Christopher, then it's going to be db user dash Chris. Okay, if it's user Ahmed, db users dash Ahmed. So please append your name at the end. Okay, or extension. It should be your username. Okay, I'm going to be Assad B. So when I hit enter, we can see this file has been copied here with the same content, but with a new name. So this is a replica. This is not the exact file. We copied it. Okay. These files don't appear. DB user temp, can you please explain? These files don't appear. Well, if you do ls/tmp users, DB users, you will see folks are creating. By the way, if I really want to take a look at the live content that is being added to this folder, there's a really fun command called watch, which basically watches, or which basically executes a specific command. If I do watch-n for a number of seconds, every 1 second, run the command ls/tmp or ls-ltr/tmp/users/db-users, it is going to show me, the files that are being added in real time, of course, with the interval of 1 second. Okay. So right now I see there's a db-users Eliani, db users -naba, db users -said t. Okay. So this is a very powerful command. You guys get to use this. Okay. All right. Or even if I simply do ls-l, long listed. Okay. What did we do to list the last new files? You remember?
ls-lt.
LT. I think that's what we did.
Yeah.
I'm forgetful. LT. Okay. All right. So, well, this is just a command, watch command. It basically executes a command against whatever command you will type here. It will continue to execute that command every number of seconds that you specified here. All right. So
if you do 0 second, what happens?
Then I think it should do it immediately.
Yeah, real time.
Yeah. 140. You see how it's there you go. But I want to see the last ones.
The latest one.
The latest ones that are being added. So I do see, and you can see the timing that we've specified. All right. All right, cool.
I'm getting permission denied.
Okay. Now, well, there's something else that you're typing in the syntax. So if you did, if this is the command you typed, cp, everybody should be able to copy their files within this directory. Of course, append your name at the end, okay? All right, so now if I do ls, just simply list the file users, db users. Well, I see how many, if I do ls-l in that directory, and I can see that, Linoop, somebody's using Linoop name, huh? Oh, well, actually, we were using that. Say Zarwa is there, db user dash username, Zarwa, Sayed, Tani. I mean, people are creating, these files there. Some created with db. Okay, that's fine. As long as you understand what's actually happening, right? That is fine. No worries. All right. As long as you guys are able to LTR into that /tmp users DB users, as long as you're able to do that, that's fine. All right. The overall idea is so that you guys understand how to, copy. So you are not able to copy. Why? What message are you getting when you're not able to copy? Okay. CP cannot stat db dash users, no such file or directory. So is it db dash user or is it db dash users? What is the name of the file? What is the name of the file? You need to type the exact file name. So inside of your home directory, when you do pwd, you must be inside of /home/nida. And when you do ls there, you should see your file db-user. You should see that there. The fact that it's complaining no such file or directory, it doesn't see that. Right.
Is that the right name? DBS user or users?
db-user.
Okay.
Well, they can take a look at what's the name of the file.
So see over here.
Users. Yeah, that's the right command. CP
Okay.
db-user /tmp users. Okay, so you're missing an S. All right,
Yeah.
so add that S up, okay? All right, you're missing an S, so please do add that. All right. Okay, folks, moving on to the next step. So we got that. All right. The idea was to be able to rename a file and copy it across the system. So go to your home directory. I think that is the most difficult task that you can do on the terminal, right?
Yeah.
So how do you go to the home directory, folks? CD. Actually, we were doing all of that from our home directory anyway. But CD is the command that takes your home directory. PWD should reflect your tilde when you do that, okay? PWD. All right. Yes, we do see tilde or tilde. Sorry, tilde. And we are in our home directory. Now it says cat password group. So we're using the cat command. So does that mean that we can read multiple files using the cat command? Yeah, we can. So we are saying is read password file, group file, host file, and save all of the output that you're supposed to see on the screen, send it into a single dash file.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So you can read multiple files at the same time and redirect the output into a single file.
Yes, that's what.
Damn powerful.
That's very powerful. Yeah. So cat passwd.
That's one file.
That's one file. Where is the other group?
Where are you right now?
I am inside of my.
So you should be in that Thursday. That's where you copied it.
Yeah. Okay. So I was following this. We should be in our tilde, but that's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So let's be in proj-Thursday. So cat group, that's the file, host, and then password. By the way, I would just be careful. The file that gets read first, their output, it goes on the top and then at the bottom, and then so we want to make sure we maintain the order. So password, group, and hosts. So
okay.
Password, group, and hosts. And now we are redirecting that into a new file called single dash file. All right. So what we're doing is we're saying, hey, read the password file, and then read the group file, and then read the host file. So first, password's output is going to go into this, then the group file's output is going to go into this, then the host. So the order is going to be maintained, okay? All right, so we hit enter. And now, oh, by the way, you can always execute these commands before you're able to redirect them. Is there any harm if I simply executed this command?
You can read it on the screen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can test it out, right?
Oh, look at that.
So, well, yeah, this is something. So this is probably from etc host file. This is a group file. I can see that. And if I go up, scroll all the way up, which is like, okay, this is etc password file. So yeah, you can always, to be sure, you can always execute the command to make sure it produces the results. And then you can always redirect that into a file of your choice. All right. Beautiful. So we got that. Okay, we got this step right here. and then we redirected that into single file.
Mm.
Now remove group password host files from your home directory.
Meaning from your Thursday project.
Thursday project.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay. Thursday dash proj dash Thursday. sorry.
Proj that Thursday.
First. All right. So let's go ahead and I'm not going to execute this command because I already have it. So let's do rm group. And I'm going to go ahead and remove that file. Group is gone. Then I can do rm password. Can I do multiple files with rm command? If I did rm host password, can I do that?
I
Yeah.
think that should work.
So now we are left with our single file. Very good.
Should you do rm-r rf?
I think that's
You think that will work, or is
Yeah.
it needed?
Yeah,
Is this needed?
it's not needed, but it would work.
So what is the R used for?
rm
Usually.
it's used for directories.
Oh, so if I'm deleting a file, I don't need to put R over there.
I don't need
But it's okay if you do it anyways.
yeah, it's going to bleed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not a bad
It's-
deal.
So to avoid having to execute this command, I'm going to put a hash and there you go. It's not going to, so system is going to ignore this command, whatever I typed here, because I placed a hash symbol, comment sign. That's what it's called, comment.
Oh, the good question over here. Can we cat different more than one files from different directories?
Yeah, I mean, if you can use cat here, what do you think? This is a path right here, right?
Yeah.
So if I say cat /etc password,
Mhm.
and there's a file that is residing in /tmp users, db users dash nasser. Can I not do that? If there's another file that is in mnt/test dash file, can I not do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you're gonna have to provide absolute path. You're gonna have to provide the absolute path.
By the way, there's an absolute path. And what's the other path where you don't use the absolute path? What is that path called?
Relevant path or relative path.
Relative path. Did you mention that?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a big story on that one.
Let us hear that.
Yeah, and it's a true story. Yo, folks, I was working on AT&T at that time, working for AT&T about 15 years ago, and I saw that two kids showed up to work. They came to my office, and I was the guy who used to create accounts for them. They came down to my office, and I can tell that these are kids from India, Hyderabad. They started talking to me in Urdu, and I guided them. You know, somehow I can just tell about people. And this kid, you know, it looked like he didn't know anything. The way he was dealing with me, the way he was asking me questions about what type of laptop he's getting, how he's going to log in, and he didn't know how to log into the Windows machine, into the domain. And when I asked him how much experience you have in the real, you know, market out there, and he said 5 years, I could tell something was off. And I told him straightforward, I said, listen, you have any questions, you always reach out to me, okay? And no question is a dumb question. And literally 2 weeks into his job, and I am getting this email that please close account for that particular guy. I'm like, oh, whoa, what happened? And I see him walking down the hallway with the security guard.
Oh, wow.
And I just follow him. And as he goes outside, I said, hey, brother, what happened? I got a ticket to close your account today. He's like, oh, I made a stupid mistake. Wallahi. I said, what happened? He goes, so, I was on a screen share with my manager, and we were installing some software on a Unix system and Linux system. And I'm working And there's this third party vendor guy from Red Hat. He was giving me the instructions on how to go to this directory, go to that directory at this level, what they are
Right.
doing right now.
Right. Right.
And, the Red Hat guy goes to me 3 times and he said, use the absolute path to run this script.
Hmm.
And I didn't know what he was talking about. I never heard the term absolute path. And then he said it, and then my boss said, wait. He mentioned his name. Hey, listen, Mr. This, he's asking you, and he was doing CD dot, CD this, CD this, CD this. He was like, no, he's telling you to use the absolute path.
Mhm.
And he was lost and he didn't know what to do. And he did not know that you had to type the whole path to run that script. So right there, his boss says, you know what? Just stop sharing your screen right now. Come see me in my office.
Wow.
And he goes and see him in his office, goes, let me ask you this question. How long you been doing this? He goes, 5 years. Goes, no, you're not. If you don't know the difference between relative and the absolute path, you absolutely haven't done this for 5 years. You know what? I don't need you on my team.
Wow. Wow.
And he just let him go. And I said to him, I said, hold on a second. I started speaking to him in Urdu. I said, ये क्या है? मतलब
क्या हुआ है?
what चक्कर क्या है? You said 5 years and you don't know what the relative and absolute path is? How is it? He goes, bro, I'm not going to lie to you. The guy that trained me literally trained me on Unix and Linux systems for 3 weeks. And then he didn't teach us anything and he put me in the market with this much experience. I'm like, oh, you got to be dumb to do this.
Yeah.
You really got to be dumb to do this, Come here unprepared. You land 100K salary, 6-figure salary at AT&T, which by the way is the best company to ever work for. And now it's so unfortunate that you're leaving because of a stupid, silly mistake.
Yeah.
And I have placed so many kids at AT&T, and they're doing amazing job. Just got a message from one of my students, Asma, that I placed about 3 years ago. Remember that girl? And they're converting her to full-time. They're giving her beautiful 140K salary. She was very happy. Comes from an HR background. I said, what's your background? She goes, HR. I'm like, oh my God, do you have any certifications as of now? She's like, no. How is it that you're gonna learn this stuff and not get certified? You're so comfortable and you have 140K salary. You want them to take it away from you? Goddamn, get the certification. Anyway, so this is a real story between relative path and absolute path. At work, you will be sharing screen.
Yeah.
That's why I stress on this. I can't stress enough. You need to be hands-on. The ChatGPT, the goddamn Gemini, the goddamn your friend, folks, they cannot help you on your job. Period.
Yeah.
You gotta do this, okay? If you don't know this, you might as well not get on the job market. Simple as it is. Let's continue.
Yeah, we gotta know this, folks. This is the foundation. Okay.
Yeah, how many times you share screen at work?
Every day almost.
Every day,
Sometimes
almost.
customers, they're like, oh, I don't know how to do this. Can you please show me?
Yeah.
You gotta, and sometimes you have to be in middle of 50 people and you gotta show your screen.
Yeah, that's when they see your VI skills. That's where they see your keyboard skills. That's where they see your thinking. Okay. Yeah, 100%. You gotta hear screen.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
Okay, folks, very good. So we are close towards the wrapping up this. So now show that single file exists. Okay. So of course that does exist, right? So single file exists. Okay. What is the size of the file? Aha. So when I do ls, it just simply gives me the name. If I really want to see the more information, the metadata, as we went over, I talked to you guys about metadata, the information about the file, the data about the data. How are we going to list that? You guys remember this? How to tell the ls command, show me the permissions, show me the owner, show me the group, the size. How did we list that? ls-l. Simple as that. ls-l. Perfect. Yep. And here we are. So this is the size of the file right here. Yep. That's the size of the file. Is it? Oh, no, this is not the size of the file. So what is the size of the file? Right here. Very good.
Yo, is it bytes or kilobytes?
Well, when you use human readable ls-lh, then it will convert it to that.
Okay, can you show me that?
So if you simply use the same command using the up arrow and just add h to it, it would show you in that.
Oh, but right now it's in bytes.
Bytes. Yeah.
So honestly speaking, if I wanted to convert this using my formula from bytes to kilobytes, the first 3 is the bytes, the second 2 is the kilobytes, so 36 kilobytes.
Yeah.
That's it. My formula works.
So why does my terminal keeps logging me out from the server and I have to log me back in?
Because you're definitely on a slow network.
Possibly you're
Yeah, every time you have a network droppage, and I see this problem with all of my students, even during the interview.
Yeah.
Their connection drops from Zoom, they get kicked out and they look like these losers. You know, how are you not going to prepare for your interview? Get a better speed, okay?
Yep.
You probably have more data on your cell phone than you have at your home. You need to get the good speed, okay? Because you're using Zoom, you're also streaming. Probably your kid is watching YouTube videos or something. Get a Fios, Verizon Fios, 2 gig.
Yeah, but I think the people in New Jersey, they are under Comcast thing.
Okay.
Okay. All right, folks. Now the next question is, what are the permissions? So we know that permissions are in the set of 3s, right?
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I did tell you to just wait till 11 o'clock to try that registration process for the upcoming class. We're going to try that 11 o'clock. We're going to stay here and we're going to help you guys make sure that you can transition into the other Zoom link.
Yeah.
This link will be open, plus another link will be started.
So this link is only for today. After that, no.
It's gone. Yeah.
So
no free
student
lunch.
will not be able to log in unless
No free
you are
lunch, buddy.
registered.
No free lunch. Yeah, there's no free student anyways right now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, Junior is saying hello his way, just FYI. All right. Somebody's saying hello to you in the class. Okay.
This
All
is Fernando's brother, Junior. You might think.
Awesome. Well, Hizer says hello back to you, Junior. Okay, awesome. So, of course, the permissions are in the set of 3s, folks. This belongs to, the owner, the user. The next set of permissions, these 3 belong to the group. And this is anybody else but owner or group. Okay. So read, write, and execute, first 3 bits. The next 3 bits are for read, write, execute for the group. The last 3 bits are for read, write, execute for the others. Anybody other than this guy right here and this group right here. That's others. So, all right.
Hey, dear Fizer sir, can you help this little kiddo sad with his what's that form, W4 form? He's starting his job on Monday.
Awesome. So what is it? Who is the owner? The owner right here. We see that, right? Owner is Asad B of this file. And there's a group that is group that owns this file is Asad B as well. Okay. So right here, this is the owner. You clearly see it. Owner of the file. Yes. And then there's a group owner of the file as well. So this is the group. Anybody that is part of this group, they will enjoy these rights right here. They can only read. They cannot write to it or execute. Everybody? Okay. Of course, we have a lengthy lecture on permissions coming up, but this is for now. Let's read the file with more, less, and cat. Oh, we already know that. So if you wanted to do more on this file, of course, you would use the space bar because this is a pager. Okay. Page by page sorting, page by page view of the file. If you want to do less, and then the name of the file, you will use this. I mean, you can use a space for page by page or up and down arrow for a single line, increment. All right. What is the difference between ls-l and ls-lh? So we said that ls-l, this L is basically long list. Okay. And when you add H to it, that is in human readable format. All right. That's the only difference.
Also, alternative, you could have done the man ls. Show him how to do that.
Man ls,
And just go check with the dash h's.
and it's giving you all these options here,
Human readable format. You see this?
and it's
Yeah.
giving you some
It
additional.
says right there.
Like
It's human readable with the dash L and dash S. The print sizes like in 1K megabyte kilobytes.
all right, and Q to quit. Time. All right. Okay, folks. So we got that step out the way. We read the file, more or less. And then, of course, cat is just one big, it reads the file and dumps everything on the terminal. Okay. So that's that cat command we use. Now let's read the file with head and tail. Of course, we already used that. So if you do head and the name of the file, it will show you the top 10 lines. If you do tail and then the file, it shows you the last 10 lines of the file. And if you ever desire to have your own line number, if you want to say last 2 lines, that's it. By the way, because my window is a bit shrunk or shrinked, I am going to see the last 2 lines there. If I use head -2, it is going to show me the first 2 lines, okay? So we already know the usage of tail and head command. You can always append a specific number to list a specific number of files.